Hello everyone and welcome to Jack English Learning. This is the place where you can improve your English naturally, confidently and step by step. In this podcast, you will learn practical English for daily life, real conversations and powerful speaking techniques to help you communicate with confidence. Whether you are a beginner or an advanced learner, this channel is here to support your English journey. So, relax, stay focused, and let's start learning English together. This is Jack English Learning.
Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we are going to discuss one of the most important topics in language learning, a topic that many students never think about deeply enough. We often talk about grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, listening, speaking, reading and writing. These skills are all important, but there is another factor that influences all of them. That factor is your mindset. In fact, your mindset can determine whether you continue improving or whether you stop making progress. Today, we are going to learn how to build an English mindset and how to think like a fluent speaker. Let us begin with a simple question. What is the difference between a person who studies English and a person who lives English? Many learners study English only when they open a textbook or attend a class. Once the lesson is finished, they return completely to their native language and stop interacting with English. On the other hand, successful learners bring English into their daily lives. They think about it, notice it, use it, and interact with it throughout the day. English becomes part of their environment rather than just a subject. This difference may seem small, but over months and years it creates a huge gap in progress. One of the biggest challenges learners face is the habit of translating everything. Imagine you hear a sentence in English. Instead of understanding it directly, your brain first converts it into your native language. Then you think of a response in your native language. Finally, you translate your response back into English. This process takes time and energy. It slows down communication and often creates frustration. Fluent speakers do not translate every thought. They connect English words directly to ideas, images, emotions, and experiences. This is one of the most important goals in language learning, creating direct connections between English and meaning. So how can you start building this ability? The answer is simple. Start thinking in English. Many learners believe that thinking in English is an advanced skill that comes after fluency. In reality, thinking in English is one of the things that helps create fluency. You do not need advanced vocabulary to begin. Start with simple thoughts. When you wake up in the morning, think, I need to get up now. When you are preparing breakfast, think, I am making breakfast. When you are walking somewhere, think, the weather is nice today. Or, there are many people on the street. These simple thoughts train your brain to operate in English. At first, this process may feel slow. You may discover that your vocabulary is limited. That is perfectly normal. The goal is not perfection. The goal is practice. Even simple thoughts are valuable. As your vocabulary grows, your thoughts will become more detailed and more natural. Eventually, you will find yourself thinking entire conversations in English without consciously trying.
Another important aspect of an English mindset is curiosity. Curious learners improve faster because they actively seek opportunities to learn. When they encounter a new word, they become interested in its meaning and usage. When they hear an unfamiliar expression, they investigate it. Curiosity transforms learning from a task into an adventure. Instead of saying, I have to study English, curious learners say, I wonder how this expression is used. This shift in perspective makes learning more enjoyable and more effective. Now, let us talk about mistakes. Many learners have a negative relationship with mistakes. They see mistakes as evidence that they are not good enough. However, fluent speakers understand that mistakes are part of growth. Every mistake contains information. Every mistake reveals an area for improvement. Imagine a scientist conducting experiments. If an experiment doesn't work, the scientist doesn't quit. Instead, the scientist learns from the result and tries again. Language learning should be approached in the same way. Mistakes are not failures, they are feedback. Another characteristic of successful learners is resilience. Resilience means continuing even when things become difficult. Every learner experiences periods where progress feels slow. Sometimes you study hard but still struggle to understand a conversation. Sometimes you learn a word and then forget it. Sometimes you feel confident one day and discouraged the next. These experiences are normal. Progress is rarely a straight line. There are ups and downs. The important thing is to keep moving forward.
Let us now discuss the importance of exposure. Language learning is not only about studying, it is also about experiencing the language repeatedly. Think about how often children hear their first language. They hear it every day, all day. While adult learners cannot always recreate this environment, they can increase exposure significantly. Listen to English podcasts, watch English videos, read English articles, follow English-speaking content creators. Surround yourself with the language whenever possible. The more exposure you have, the more familiar English becomes. Another powerful strategy is visualization. When you learn a new word or phrase, try to create a mental image. For example, if you learn the word mountain, imagine a large mountain. If you learn the phrase catch a bus, imagine yourself running toward a bus stop. Visualization helps create stronger memory connections. Instead of memorizing translations, you connect language directly to experiences and images. Let us also discuss self-talk. Self-talk is one of the most underused tools in language learning. Throughout the day, you can narrate your activities in English, describe what you are doing, explain your plans, reflect on your experiences. This practice provides speaking experience without requiring another person. More importantly, it trains your brain to produce English naturally. The more you engage in self-talk, the more comfortable you become with expressing ideas. Now let us explore confidence. Many learners wait for confidence before they speak. However, confidence is not a prerequisite for action. Confidence is a result of action. Every conversation, every attempt, every sentence contributes to confidence. The more experience you gain, the less intimidating English becomes. Think of confidence as a muscle. It grows through use. If you avoid speaking because you lack confidence, the muscle never develops. If you speak despite feeling nervous, confidence gradually increases.
An English mindset also involves embracing long-term thinking. Modern culture often promotes quick results, but language learning is a long-term investment. Every article you read, every podcast you listen to, every conversation you have contributes to future success. Even when progress feels invisible, learning is taking place. Your brain is absorbing patterns, building connections, and strengthening skills. Trust the process. Long-term consistency always produces results. Another important principle is ownership. Take responsibility for your learning. Teachers, courses, and resources can guide you, but ultimately, your progress depends on your actions. Successful learners do not wait for perfect conditions. They use the resources available to them. They create opportunities. They practice regularly. They understand that improvement is their responsibility. Let us think about identity for a moment. Instead of saying, I am trying to learn English, try saying, I am an English learner. This small change is powerful. It shifts learning from an activity to part of your identity. When something becomes part of your identity, you are more likely to remain committed. You begin making decisions that align with that identity. You read more English, you listen more English, you seek more opportunities to practice. As you continue building your English mindset, remember that fluency is not a single moment. It's not a finish line you suddenly cross. Fluency is a gradual process. It develops through thousands of small actions repeated consistently over time. Every sentence you read, every word you learn, every conversation you have contributes to that process. Finally, remember this: your greatest advantage is not talent, intelligence, or even experience. Your greatest advantage is persistence. If you continue learning while others quit, if you continue practicing while others stop, and if you continue believing in your ability to improve, you will achieve results. Language learning rewards consistency more than perfection. Thank you for joining me in today's episode. Continue building your English mindset, continue challenging yourself, and continue moving forward one step at a time. Your future fluent self is being built through the choices you make today. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep believing in your progress. I look forward to sharing another lesson with you in our next episode. Until then, take care and enjoy your English journey.
Thank you so much for watching and learning with Jack English Learning. If you enjoyed this lesson and want to improve your English faster, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new lesson. Remember, learning English is a journey. Practice a little every day, stay consistent, and believe in yourself. I'll see you in the next lesson right here on Jack English Learning. Keep learning, keep practicing, and keep growing.